Hello, welcome to the Striker's Corner. This is another episode of
Flashback Friday.
Before we get going, don't forget to like and subscribe and maybe even share with people that you like. Alright, the spider's web. The Anderson Silva story. In the sprawling country of Brazil, where soccer legends are born and streets pulse with rhythm and resilience, a different kind of icon emerged. One who would weave a legacy of violence, finesse, and art inside of the cage. This is the story of Anderson Silva, Spider. Born on April 14, 1975 in Sao Paulo, Brazil, Anderson de Silva grew up in the tough streets of Curitiba, raised mostly by his aunt and uncle. Life wasn't easy, money was tight. But what Silva lacked in luxury, he made up for in imagination. He spent hours mimicking the moves of Bruce Lee and watching old martial arts flicks on a tiny TV. At just 14 years old, Anderson found structure in martial arts. He began training in Taekwondo and Capoeira, later moving into Muay Thai, the art of 8 limbs. It was at the Chute Boxe Academy, one of Brazil's most feared gyms, where Silva started to shape his weaponry. Alongside future killers like Wanderlei Silva and Shogun Rua, Anderson earned his stripes in one of the world's toughest training rooms. In 1997, a 22-year-old Silva made his professional debut in Brazil. There was no glamour, no lights, just blood and pride. But even in the raw chaos of early Valtudo, Silva stood out. His movement, his accuracy, his calm in the storm. The fight game had never seen someone quite like him. His talent took him overseas, Japan, where legends forged under the pride of Chute banners. Silva's striking baffled opponents. He knocked out seasoned veterans with ease, and his aura began to grow. But his journey wasn't flawless. A controversial disqualification loss in pride humbled him. But for Silva, every setback was a step towards something greater. In 2006, Anderson Silva entered the UFC, an organization still building its global identity. In just its second fight, he dismantled Rich Franklin to become the UFC middleweight champion. Elbows, knees, a clinic in controlled violence, a legend was born. What followed was one of the most dominant runs in MMA history. 16 straight UFC wins, 10 title defenses. Anderson turned fighting into choreography. He wasn't just knocking people out. He was painting masterpieces with violence. His timing was godlike. His angles impossible. Fans weren't just watching fights, they were witnessing art. But even spiders can crack. Injuries, age, controversies, losses. Yet through it all, Silva remained respected, feared, and loved. More than just wins, he gave the fight world its soul. Anderson Silva's story began in the back streets of Curitiba, but it reached every corner of the globe. A kid with a dream who became the standard of greatness. From Brazil to the UFC Hall of Fame, he didn't just fight, he rewrote the rules of combat. This is the web that Anderson Silva built. Thanks for watching another episode of Flashback Friday. Until next time, peace y'all.